Okay, wait, what? Okay, so you guys should be able to hear me now. There we go. For some reason, my Blue Yeti is not being recognized. Yeah, I don't know why my Blue Yeti is not being recognized. There we go. So we got sound. I'll see if I can get my Blue Yeti. No, not filters. Properties. Here we go. So my Blue Yeti. Are we being recognized? No. Why is it not recognizing? Okay. What if I... This is a great start to the stream, by the way, boys. Do I really... Is it really not going to recognize? Oh, there we go. Wait. It stopped. Okay, maybe it's working now? What if I mute this? Wait, okay. Sorry, boys. I'm trying something out here. Yeah, boys, this has never happened before. I'm sorry, guys, but this is, there's no way that my Blue Yeti... I think my Blue Yeti just stopped working. Because it won't mute and unmute now. There's no way. There's no way we really have to... I really hope we don't have to go to the... Oh, God. Please, no. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, but, yeah, I think my Blue Yeti just stopped working. So, I'm sorry, boys. We got 13 people in here now. Yeah, wait, boys, can you... Okay, yeah, so I think it is using my webcam mic right now. I'm gonna have to try and see... Yeah, I'm gonna have to, yeah. I know that my webcam mic is working. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and fix my Blue Yeti. Maybe restarting my computer will fix it, so I'll do that after stream. But tonight we will go with the webcam mic. I hope it doesn't sound as good as my Blue Yeti, because that'd be very embarrassing, but I hope it still sounds good. Yeah, so we're going with the Blue Yeti for tonight, boys. Again, I don't know why my Blue Yeti literally just decided to stop working. I don't even need it plugged in then. Maybe just unplugging it for now. Maybe that'll help. But, yeah, so we got some comments to get to. We got a game to look forward to. We got 14 people in the chat, boys. I'm going to read the chat as much as I can. Then we're going to get into the game recap. And I just realized you guys can probably hear me doubled. So, what if I mute that one? What if we just go off the Yeti mic settings? Which one do you guys think sounds better? How do you guys like this one better, where it's the standard Blue Yeti setting? Or this one, where it's the more natural settings. This one seems like it's a little bit loud. Which one do you guys prefer? Because I feel like the Yeti settings might work a little bit better. So just, so just let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna use the regular settings in case it is a little bit better. Yeah, so Randy, before the stream even started, dude was in the chat. Alan was up and down tonight. Definitely made it exciting. Absolutely. Hoping for any more games like this till the end of the season. Randy, absolutely. Me too. I thought Alan... For the most part, I think you could say played very well. There was just that span of like 10 minutes in the second where he sucked. The span of the last like 6 minutes where he sucked. And the rest of it, he was very, very good. Very, very solid performance by Allen. And if he plays more like that, I'd be inclined to seeing him start more games. I'm just expecting Monty to start next game. Give him kind of a 1-and-1 thing. Maybe even Primo gets a game soon. I don't expect Monty or Primo to be much better against this strong Maple Leafs team. Well, Randy, I would think that Monty could play relatively well, especially considering his performance over the summer at the World Championships. Primo, though, we probably would have lost at 7-5. And that's not to diss Primo. That's just, he's inexperienced in the NHL. He just would not have played that well, unfortunately. Holy shit, I'm seeing all the comments coming in, and holy shit, I'm just, Jesus. You guys really like my analysis of the Habs and Leafs, clearly. Newhook and his line mates look good tonight. Yes, they did, Randy. I thought Newhook's line was the best line tonight for either team. I'd say if I were to rank the Canadiens' lines without giving out what the actual lines were, 2, 1, 4, 3. I thought the third line looked like shit because of one guy in particular. And, yeah. For me, I just didn't... yeah, for me, I didn't think the third line good. Fourth line looked very solid at points during the game. Even got the opening goal. Spoilers. And then the first and second line got most of our offensive chances. And, yeah, played very well overall. Monty's better than Allen. I'd run with Monty and Primo. I'm tired of Allen letting in such softy goals. Lobster, I thought he played relatively well tonight. To anyone who's in the chat, by the way, it must be your Wi-Fi. I'm not getting any notifications of dropped frames right now. If I do, though, I will try and shut down because I do have a Chrome tab open right now. I will try and modify that if it's acting up. But for me, it's not telling me. It's not telling me anything relative to. I'm gonna turn down the mic audio just a little bit. By the way, that sounds a little bit better. Yeah. So for me, I'm not getting anything telling me that I'm losing frames. So if you guys are having an issue, it is your guys. It seems to be on your guys' end. I'm not getting notifications. But no, I don't think Allen. I think Monty is better than Allen, but I wouldn't necessarily bench him. Even though he allowed the 5 goals and 2 to 3 of them were really, really bad. He played very well tonight. I thought he actually did keep the Canadiens in the game, which we'll get to. I know I saw a couple of you guys saying that. But yeah, I think Allen had a fairly all right game. If we're balancing out the really great saves and then the bad goals, balances out to pretty good game. Yeah, no sound mic on. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, I genuinely don't know why the Blue Yeti. Like the light was on for it to be on, and I'd push it to mute it, and it wouldn't do anything. So I'm hoping maybe it's because I unplugged it from my multi-USB adapter that I had, and that's what it's been using. But whatever. Like I said, boys, we'll use this mic for tonight. I'll have it fixed by next stream. Hopefully. Holy shit, we got 22 viewers, boys. That's fucking sick. Let's go. What happened? It was 5-4 with like 4 minutes left. Faggio was 5-3. We'll get to it. But Matthews happened. Yeah, Winslow, Suns, Lobster, Bipolar Punt. I love your name. How are you guys doing? Thank you guys for coming in the chat. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Jesus, my voice is not sounding good. We got Cole Caufield number in the chat, boys. Let's go. Our number of viewers watching the stream. Let's go. I think we still need a Habs losing dance. I don't think so, Randy. I think having a dance for the win is the reward for the win. Is that you guys get the special Habs win dance. Habs losing dance would be fun. It was like sad Fortnite dance. That looked really weird. But it could work, but I think just having the winning dance for now would work. Allen happened, Lobster. You can kind of say that, yeah. Ernest Chan, good game for both teams. Absolutely, Ernest. Not a great game for Ilya Samsonov. We'll get to that, but I'd say overall fairly alright game. Good evening, good sir. Oliver, how's it going, my good sir? Can't say tonight. Have to get up at 5:30 tomorrow. GG's have deserved to win that one. At least it was a very entertaining game. Yes, it was, Oliver. TBC, haven't seen him in a long time. Jake Allen makes me want to kill myself. He always is amazing against us. Yeah, he is, TBC. I actually, genuinely, aside from like the 3 goals that he should have saved, had a very good game. Very, very solid game. Say what you will, Harry. Jake Allen was kind of crazy. Yes, he was, Sons. He was genuinely quite crazy. Jack, I owned Ryan Reeves. Yes, he did apple pie. And believe me, boys, we will talk about that. I didn't put that in the tags or the description. I just realized that. Yeah. Jake Allen made at least 7 game-winning saves. He kept the Habs in it. Yes, he did, TBC. Absolutely. Absolutely. He, genuinely, if it's most other goalies that are in this game probably ends 9-5 for the Maple Leafs. And I only say 9-5 just because a lot of those chances wouldn't have happened without the game-winning saves, so you get what I mean. I think it probably would have ended 9-5 for the Maple Leafs. Genuinely, very fun game, though. Darkness, how's it going, man? You're louder? The louder one? What? What do you mean? You guys want the louder one? I'm sorry. Jack, I tried to knee Reeves WWE style. Did he really, Faggio? Dude, he's my hero, then. Apple pie. Jack, I didn't even throw a punch. He just threw him to the net. TBC, he threw some punches, my guy. He threw some punches. Next time I want a real tilt with Jack, well, Randy, if Reeves decides to be a man and throw the gloves down and not punch Jack Eye until after they both have them, then yeah. Second one. Okay, so did you guys... Which one was the second one? Did you guys prefer the Yeti settings? I think it was this one. The louder one. Okay, so you're louder here. Okay, so I'll turn it up a little bit. I'll do it a little bit. We're getting to where the webcam mic can be. All right. Allen played decent. His team sucks. Bipolar punt. I wouldn't even say that. We scored 5 goals tonight. We had a very, very good game. Okay, let me put it this way. We had a great first period, a really good third period, a great second half to overtime, and then just a atrocious second. I think we had a really solid game overall. I think there's definitely stuff to build on, but it's a great foundation to start with. Winslow, exactly. Jack, I owned Reeves. He landed a punch and ragdoll Reeves and even offered a rematch. Exactly, Apple Pie. Exactly. Totally agree with you about your assessment, Alan. Thank you, Randy. Happy. Hell yeah. TBC, Winslow, yeah. It's. I don't think it's my Wi-Fi. I haven't gotten anything about dropped frames. I don't think Monty or Primo would allow less than 4 goals. Well, even then, Randy, they allow less than 4 goals For example, they both of them probably have that first goal. Third goal's a toss-up. The fourth goal... also, I love that I'm still so far behind on you guys. Like, holy shit, I need to, like, hurry it up. But yeah, the first goal they probably don't allow. Second goal, it's just a Matthews goal. They allow that. Third goal's a toss-up. Fourth goal, Allen needs to have his skate against the crease there, or against the post. Most goalies probably do. And then the fifth goal, that's probably a toss-up. Newhook is kind of gross, sons. He kind of is, man. Besides going into your other stream, what position did you put for the Habs for the season? Randy, I think I said 6th. Fighting for a wildcard spot most season, but they just end up out of the playoffs. I had them above Detroit and Ottawa, which so far, based on Ottawa's game tonight, looking pretty good on that prediction. The Newhook Slavkovsky line as a whole is gross. Yes, it is apple pie. Great game. 5 goals and 43 shots isn't terrible exactly. As much as I don't like to admit, Toronto's a strong team, and for the Habs to keep it this close shows the Habs will have their ups and downs. Exactly, Randy. Exactly. Like, I do think we end up not with 40 wins, but I do think we end up around 500. I think we have great progress. We have great progress. Just don't end up in the playoffs, unfortunately. We end up just out of it, but showing really good progress. And if tonight's game is any assessment, again, we played very well for a good majority of it. If we're playing this way against what should be a cup-contending Maple Leafs, then yeah, I think that the Canadiens look great tonight. And again, I think we'll probably play well for hopefully most of the year, of course, barring injuries. Injuries are going to be a question mark until, I'd say, 20-30 games into the year to see if this new medical team helped with them at all. John Motto, hey Harry, go Habs go. Great effort by the boys tonight. Refs fucked up the call in the Newhook penalty, and that cost the Habs game. John Motto, I think there were a lot of missed calls on the Leafs. We are going to get into a couple of them that I wrote down. Newhook penalty definitely should have been embellishment on, I think it was Domi, was the one that they called on. Newhook, I think, tripping Domi. Definitely should have been embellishment. I don't know if I'd say it cost them the game. The Habs definitely looked a little deflated, but they had their chances. In overtime especially, they had great chances. On that power play in overtime, they had a good chance to get the game-winning goal. Not game-winning goal, sorry, to get an empty netter. Afterwards, they just weren't able to. I don't know if I'd say it cost them the game, but it definitely hurt their chances, is what I'll say. Leafs defense's goaltending is awful. Lobster goaltending, definitely defense. Jury's still out. It's a game. PK needs to be sharper. Leafs are strong. Keep in mind, Randy, as well. I like the PK tonight. First goal, that was the Matthews goal. Definitely need to cover him a little bit more. Second goal was just a broken play. That's going to happen to most teams. Yeah, losing dance to spruce up the stream, Randy. I agree. That definitely could be something. I would consider, though. I would consider some type of schedule. Not schedule, but like record. Like in the top right corner. Like the only issue is that like when we get the notifications for like, oh, subscribe, donation, whatever, that pops up there and it's going to appear probably over the record. I mean, it's only a couple seconds, but I don't know. Again, boys, the stream is a look in progress. It's a working look in progress. I've got stuff that I want to try and figure out how to do. We'll figure it out for the long term, though. I can't mute my mic, so I'm sorry. You guys are going to have to deal with my coughing. This is just a classic opening night game with sloppy play everywhere, and I'm very impressed Leafs didn't flop on opening night. Exactly, TBC. I think it was a very fun game for an opening night game with sloppy play. Funny enough, for what the shots were after, especially the second period, it was still a very, very fun game. So, yes, sons. I should slow down the wind dance, make it sad, add the sniper wolf, like, rain effect. That would be very funny. Hey, Randy, no problem. I will give respect to Jake Allen when he deserves it, and he absolutely deserved it tonight. He absolutely deserved it tonight. Jake Allen played a very, very solid game tonight. I would say very good, but again, a couple goals compared to the great game-saving saves he made. It balances out. I don't want to say amazing game because of the goals. I don't want to say terrible game because the great saves. So, balanced out too. Pretty good game. Monahan playing with Pearson and Gallagher is terrible. I feel bad for Monahan. Exactly, Lobster. That's the big reason I put the third line as our worst line. I thought Monahan had a good game. Pearson had his looks. I actually didn't mind Tanner Pearson. Decent bottom six forward. But yeah, Gallagher he's way too slow. And like I was watching a bit of Talking Habs today before the game, and he was talking about how or Matt Norton was talking about how Gallagher could maybe even be benched because of his play a little bit later in the season, and I definitely could see that. I think even though he's making $6.5 million, for me, I think the fact that Gallagher is way too slow, he hurts a lot of the plays that he's on when he's not on the second unit power play. It might have been on the first unit tonight, standing in front of the net trying to tip home or screen shots. He's kind of useless, aside from the fact, unfortunately. I think that's the most hyped I've been for a Leafs team in my life. They genuinely look like a juggernaut, and I know they usually fall off, man. I'm getting a different feeling. TBC, go back if you can and watch my stream. Not the full stream, obviously, because it's 3 hours long. I did say some things about the Leafs. It's basically, just to boil it down, the last time the Leafs got someone from the Bruins, it definitely worked out well for them. Last time they got someone from the Habs, it worked out so well for them. They seem to be wanting to copy a formula of gritty bottom six, high-scoring top six, but the defense is very shaky. John Klingberg is a big question mark for me right now. The goaltending with Joseph Wall, especially as the backup, very shaky. I'm not sold on the Maple Leafs. I still think they win the division, and I think I said win the conference. I think I did. Maybe New Jersey, but I think I said Toronto win the conference. And, yeah. No way high quality. The Oilers down 2-0. Ryan Newstrom, Manitoba, and of course Faggio. Campbell, 2 goals and 5 shots. Offense is good. Defense is asshole. Exactly, Suns. I did not watch the playoffs, Ernest. Once the Blue Jays, I almost said the Maple Leafs. Once the Blue Jays were out, it was like, okay, that's my baseball for the year. Habs also look like they improved. I don't think they'll suck, but they'll... Exactly, TBC. Like, right now, they are trapped in the deep Eastern Conference. For me, I thought that the Habs definitely improved. Like I said, I think they'll be around but below 500. Very much improved, but just out of that playoffs because of how it is. I do think in a year or two, when Boston is not as deep, when Ottawa is still in the rebuild, when Detroit is still sucking, Tampa's starting to come down off their playoff success. That's going to be the Habs to take. It's going to be the Habs, the Sabres, and potentially the Leafs division, I think. Leafs need to stop turning the puck over. Exactly, Suns. There were, I think, 3 or 4 Habs goals that were caused as a direct turnover. Literally a direct turnover because of turnovers. That happened because of turnovers. Nice to see goals from different people's sides. Caufield and Suzuki, exactly, Randy. I love, obviously, Caufield and Suzuki goals, but it's great. Great to see those goals being scored. It's the first game everyone turns the puck over. Exactly, TBC. Is Campbell starting goalie for Edmonton? Apparently, Randy. Domi Klingberg, Reeves are pretty bad turnovers, exactly. Newhook sleeper for a breakout year, definitely Faggio. If they keep that second line together, definitely Newhook's going to be a breakout. I think Doc, you could say I think broke out last year. I think him and Newhook, though, could definitely be on pace for 55, 60 points if they play as well as they do. Newhook is going to pop off one, so I'm glad we agree. I had no TV to watch the game. How did Gallagher and Monahan do 5-on-5? Monahan, I thought, looked really good. Gallagher was incredibly slow, though, unfortunately. Calgary scored. Let's go, I think. GG's, man, what game? Yeah, what a game, Cameron, for sure, man. Props to the Leafs and props to the Habs. Harry, not blaming TBC, yeah, no, I definitely, to be fair, last season, whenever I would, quote, blame the refs, it would always be, hey, look, refs didn't call this, refs didn't call that, but you gotta score regardless, they're not putting us on the PK, they're just not calling things for us, you should not, I've said this a few times last year, and I will keep saying it, you should not have to rely on your power play to be able to score goals. You should be able to score 5-on-5, and if you need to, then okay, yeah, a power play goal or 2 here and there. 5-on-5 should always be your top priority, and then power play, and then obviously PK scoring should be at the bottom. If it happens, cool. Focus on actually killing it, though, first. But yeah, Monahan, I thought, had a good game. Randy, Gallagher, very slow. Did his usual, get in front of the net, try and tip stuff home. Nothing really came to him, though, by that point. But yeah, overall, Gallagher, meh. Monahan, fairly alright, I'd say. Tanner Pearson, I'd say he was invisible tonight, but not in like a bad way. It just showed that he was more focused, I think, defensively. Pearson, I thought, okay. Nothing notable with him, but he was alright. Montreal needs a guy with Suzuki and Caufield. That dock line is complete. Apple, honestly, I don't know who it would be. I think Harvey Pinard. I know there were some people complaining, oh, well, that line is made too small if you have Harvey Pinard on that line, say on the right side or the left side even. But even then, I don't know. Like, I think if you're going with the small first line, you have enough skill on the second and third line to complement. To at that point, okay, one of those guys gets hit, boom, you're gonna play. You're gonna, you're going to, you're gonna pay with that second line and Josh Anderson probably on the third line. I genuinely think that you don't really need to worry about having a top, a big guy on that top line. Especially as well because you also have Jack on the blue line and Matheson and Savard, guys who are not at all afraid to get in there. And when he comes up, Mayu is not afraid to get in there and get a little gritty. So I definitely think that the complaints about if we have Harvey Pinard on the top line being small, not valid at all. Connor Bedard scored. Kyle Connor scored. Now all we need is Connor McDavid to complete the Connor goal trilogy. Trinity. Suns, do you want the world to end? That's all I gotta say. Yeah, Kyle Connor goal. Leafs best team on paper. Let's see how this fucks up. Exactly, Suns. That's exactly what I said. Leafs have one of the best teams on paper. Let's see how they fuck this up. That's exactly what I said. Leafs D was probably better last year. No way. Suns, no fucking way McDavid scored. There's no way. Leafs ain't winning the conference. Winslow probably not, but I think I did say that they would. Habs need to look at Toronto or Tampa and learn from their power play. 4-3 in OT should have had more shots on Samsonov. Randy, yeah, probably. But again, I would rather have 3 or 4 real good shots over 7 or 8. Oh, shoot at the chest. Oh, shoot at the chest. Oh, shoot at the chest. I'd rather have those 3 or 4 really good shots over just, oh, shoot at the chest. Oh, shot at the chest. Shot at the chest. Comparatively speaking, I'm definitely looking at Tampa Bay or Colorado and learning from their power play, even Edmonton. But no, I think if you can, I think that if you can emulate them while also obviously keeping it your own, I think that's fine. Power play had some looks at times. They just need to build chemistry. Exactly, Apple Pie. We've changed our fucking power play line so much. It was like Jack guy was getting looks. He got hurt. Savard would get looks. Savard got hurt for a couple games, and fucking, I think Harris was on there for Kovacevic was getting power play looks when guys got hurt. It's like genuinely, I think within the first 10 games, the power play will be rough. Caufield did score a power play goal tonight. Spoiler. Power play did score 1 goal tonight. It'll be rough, but we will get the power play clicking as the season goes on. If we're able to stay healthy, we'll be able to click. We'll be able to click it and get the chemistry. So I think an early look at the power play is a little bit rough to say, it's going to suck this year again. Again, just got to build that chemistry back up, and yeah. Slavkovsky did have a great pass for that Newhook goal for sure, Randy. Absolutely. Slavkovsky, massive improvement. I know it's only 1 goal, 1 game. Slavkovsky and Jack-Eye, probably my biggest improvements from last year already. Newhook, I think is in there. But given that I don't watch much Colorado, so I don't know what he did play like. If this is similar to how he played, if he looks better, if he looks worse. But Slavkovsky and Jack-Eye from last year looked a lot better. They looked really, really solid tonight. Very, very natural, very willing to be on the puck. I did not watch much of the playoffs, Ernest. It was only the 2 games. I did not watch much. I'm going to turn on my Wi-Fi on my phone, by the way, so that helps us out. Yeah. But yeah, I thought that the Canadiens just played great, and yeah, did not watch the Blue Jays. I was preparing for Canadiens hockey. It was a tough game for us tonight. Yoshi Bros, how's it going, man? Thank you for coming by. Definitely, it was a rough game for both teams. I mean, you look at the final score. The only way that's not a rough game is if this is like a fucking 5 overtime playoff game and the shots are like 113 to 110. That's the only way this is not a rough game, But yeah, tough game for both teams. I have Matheson fantasy as he power play 1. Faggio, I believe he was on the second unit power play. I want to say it was... I don't even know if we had a fucking defenseman on the power play. It might have been Matheson, but it might have been Gooley. I forget who we had on power play 1, but I know it was Caufield, Monahan, Doc, Suzuki, and then I forget who. It might have been Matheson, though. The world is ending? Oh, shit. Not a good night for Samsonov. Really, when he gave up 3 goals to give you guys a 5-3 lead. It should have been over, Yoshi Bros. For sure, it should have been over. We'll get into the analysis, though, and we will talk about the game, though, overall. Oh, it's still 2-0? Okay. All right, Randy, going to watch some highlights? Hell yeah. Jack Eye will be a menace, Apple Pie. Apple Pie, yeah. Fucking, dude, like, Jack Eye's the type of guy you want on a playoff team. Like, he's the type of guy, he'll defend you, he'll hit, he's physical, he's not afraid to get involved in puck battles if he needs to. Really solid offenses. Defense got a little bit better from what I've noticed already. Very, very happy with Jack Eye so far. The kid is, 21, 22? He's only going to keep getting better and better. So yeah, for me, I think Jack Eye absolutely going to be a menace in playoff hockey. Thinking about our goalie situation, although I like Samsonov, allowing 5 goals wasn't the best night ever. I do think we need some improvement from him. Yeah, Yoshi Bros, I think Jake Allen had a solid game. Great stops for the Canadiens. And yeah, I think Jake Allen had a very good game. Samsonov definitely is very troubling. I think if you guys could end up getting, say, a John Gibson, I would have said a Connor Hellebuyck, motherfucker just re-signed with Winnipeg because he doesn't like chaos. But a John Gibson or even a Marc-Andre Fleury, like one of the goalies that are probably on the market at the deadline, that would massively help you guys. And it's only fitting because the Leafs could have drafted John Gibson back when he was drafted, and they traded that pick for Tyler Biggs. They also traded the one that became Ricardo Cal, which just really, really funny Leafs era. But yeah, Leafs really pulled a HRHSL Pens only allowed to win by 1. Exactly, Suns. Exactly. Matthews is on fire tonight. GG's though. Absolutely GG's Allen. Or Ian. Sorry, not Allen. Don't know why I'm calling you Allen. I got Jake Allen on the brain. But yeah, GG's for sure, Ian. Lots of fun. Absolutely a crazy game. Darkness. Jake Allen was fairly great for a good portion of the game. Made the saves he needed to, which for a non-star goalie you take. Exactly, Darkness. He's, for who should be a backup goalie, played very, very well. Very respectable performance tonight. Speaking on your team, Harry, Alex Newhook was a dangerous player for us. He was looking for that hat trick. He definitely was. Very, very surprised that he wasn't out there for any part during the overtime, aside from the last literally 0.5 seconds of the game, of the overtime. Very surprised he didn't get a chance in the shootout. I like that they gave Doc the go-ahead for the third shooter. I would have preferred Newhook, especially with how hot he was. But yeah, Newhook on pace for 164 goals this season. I think it's doable. No, legitimately, I genuinely think that I think that Newhook looked great. If he keeps this up, he's gonna be interesting. Would love to see him get 30 goals this year. 30 goals, 60 points would be, I think, the goal based off this first game. Anything above that is just damn good. We'll see though. I hope this game proves to at most that we should be exactly. I think we should at least be better than Detroit. Ottawa, I didn't watch a second of the Ottawa-Carolina game because they were running at the same time. So I didn't see how good or how bad Ottawa looked. Maybe I'll go watch highlights of that game afterwards, just see how they looked. But yeah, we should at least be better than Detroit for sure. Hopefully Ottawa, but we'll see. Flower on the Leafs, yeah, Flower on the Leafs is very interesting. But luckily Samsonov stopped him from. Unfortunately, Yoshi Bros, he did. Dude, Ian, I wanted Reeves Jack Eye Part 2 as well, man. Hopefully that happens next time around. We'll see. I'm hoping for it. I think everybody that's a Leafs and Habs fan is wanting it. I think even people that aren't Habs and Leafs fans want it. And, yeah. New song from Harry. I got Jake Allen on the brain. Low-key Suns? That would be kind of funny, I think. We would have had round 2, but Reeves refused. He felt that power. Exactly, Apple Pie. Like, fucking, Jack Eye challenged Reeves. He fucking felt it. Second round's like, yeah, no, man, I'm good. You're the heavyweight champion of the world now. Like, seriously. Jack Eye took it to Ryan Reeves. The only guy I think Jack Eye needs to beat right now that's in the NHL to declare himself the heavyweight fighter in the NHL, the only guy he needs to beat is Nick Delorier. That is the last guy. Because, think about it. Cassian, he took it to. Ryan Reeves, he just fucking demolished. Tom Wilson's a pussy, so he's not going to fight Arbor Jack Eye anytime soon. Delorier is the last guy that'll fucking nut up and take on Jack Eye. Fucking, they did it last year. They did it. No, but We'll see. I wanted a Hellebuck for years. Ian, yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think a lot of teams would like a Hellebuck. Toronto changing their song to Montreal's 2021 playoff hype song. Did they, Lobster? What was their 2021 playoff hype song again? There's no way Tampa passed on Joe the Riddick. Yes, they did. Fazio, unfortunately, yes, they did. I really hope the Sens suck for obvious reasons. Suns, me too. Alright, boys. Now we are finally caught up. 30 minutes into the stream, we are caught up with the chat. Let's get into the opening lines. The way we're going to do this, boys, it was Pursuit of Happiness. Was it, Lobster? I did not know that. I don't know if I just forgot the opening hype packages, if I didn't watch any of them somehow or what, but I completely forgot it was Pursuit of Happiness. Oh, would it have been the fucking Pursuit of Happiness by Kid Cudi? Because I think they used an EDM remix for tonight's goal songs for the Leafs. I heard it a couple times. I was not a fan of it. I did not. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ian. Yeah, Leafs won. Yeah, okay, so I didn't even know we used Pursuit of Happiness by Kid Cudi. Yeah, I heard the remix and I was like, oh, that is... Is it too late to go back to Hall & Oates? When I would rather Hall & Oates over Kid Cudi, you got an issue. Yeah, so how we're going to do this, boys, in case you're new or you're watching this for the first time, or if you're a new viewer and you're somehow watching 30 minutes in expecting analysis at the beginning and only getting it now, firstly, thank you for sticking by. Secondly, the Knights are starting 2023. No, they are not, Darkness. There's no way they're starting Cam Talbot over fucking Phoenix Copley. Darkness, I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe they are starting Cam Talbot over Phoenix Copley. No fucking way. No shot. No shot. There's no way the Kings are doing this. And Darkness, it's not like a, oh, I don't believe you. But it's just, it's genuinely like, oh my god, they actually are. The LA Kings are starting Cam Talbot. That is maybe the greatest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. Oh, the Hurricanes won 5-3. Damn. Parker Kelly with a 2-point night, boys. Parker Kelly had a 2-point night, boys. I just want to point that out. Yeah. Steve Aoki remix. Thank you, Ian. I didn't know what EDM remix it was. Steve Aoki, a.k.a. YouTuber Wang. Don't know who Wang is or Steve Aoki is. Look both of them up. It'll be pretty funny. Looking at the stats, yeah, Allen's an 881. Samsonov was a 792. Yoshi, yeah, that. Both of those need to be up. If the Leafs want to... It's funny that Allen for an 881 did not play like an 881. He played like a fucking 913 save percentage goalie. Samsonov's numbers definitely need to be up, though, if they want to make the playoffs. Hey, Zach, how's it going? Zach Nolan, hope you're doing good, Harry. Come by my stream. Zach, I absolutely will, my guy. No guarantees, because the past group of streams for preseason have gone 3 goddamn hours. So no guarantees, but I will, if I'm able to and you're still alive, I absolutely will, my good sir. Who else are the Kings going to start? Suns, Phoenix Copley. It's because you guys have yeah, exactly, Yoshi. Yeah, 24 shots by the end of the game. Leafs had 48. So, yeah. Edmonton is choking to Vancouver. Ian, I did see that. I did see the score. Very funny. Blues legend, Phoenix Copley. Very much Darkness. I didn't know he was with the Blues, actually. So, yeah, boys. For those of you who are new, we are going to go through the lines. We'll go through my recap. At the end, we'll do the stats for the Canadiens. Then we'll read whatever chat messages come through. He was a part of the TJ Oshie trade. That's funny. I did not know that. Darkness, thank you for telling me that. Yeah, we'll do the stats. Read any comments that come through during the analysis. And then, yeah, read any last comments that come through. We'll do the outro. The opening lines for the Canadiens are Caufield, Suzuki, Anderson, Newhook, Doc, Slavkovsky, Pearson, Monahan, Gallagher, and Harvey Pinard, Evans, Ylonen. Ian, have to head out, bud. Good game. Go Leafs, go. Cheers, Harry. Ian, thank you for coming by, my good sir. Much appreciated. The hat is looking very lopsided. I don't like this. Buffalo's for sure going to be the best in the division in the future. Lobster, I definitely think it's going to be the Sabres and the Habs that are up there. I think it's going to go back and forth between like which team leads the division. It's going to be very fun, though, for sure. The division is going to be a very fun one for the future, no doubt about it, though. But yeah, Buffalo's looking pretty scary right now. Matheson, Savard, Guli, Kovacevic, and Jack-Eye Harris are on the blue line. Jake Allen gets the start net for the season opener. Sam Montembeault backs him up with, I'd assume, the possibility of playing next game against the Blackhawks. And Caden Bremo was a healthy scratch along with Justin Barron and Michael Pizzetta. So, yeah. The next two are in Montreal. Yoshi, yeah. Very surprised we only meet 3 times. 6 if you include preseason. And who's to say postseason? But yeah, no, it sucks. Like, that's like the main reason I was happy when it was like rumored the NHL wanted an 84-game season, because it meant like we would meet like 6 times a year, along with obviously like Boston, Buffalo, like division games. It was something like 4 or 5, maybe 6 games a year, something like that. Other teams in the conference, like the other division in the conference, it's like 3 times a year, and then other conference, it's like 2 times a year. It's 1 at home, 1 away. I liked that. I don't know if they just didn't have enough time to do it for this year. If they are doing it next year, I don't know. But yeah, you make it a fun environment to come into, no matter what team, especially Leafs fan. Hey, Ian, no problem, man. I gotta respect the Leafs. My best friend is a Leafs fan, so I kind of, at the very least, gotta like tolerate them. But you know, I don't care. I don't really care about the rivalry. I'll support the Leafs for my best friend, and that's it. But yeah, no, like I if they're in the playoffs and the Habs aren't, I'll root for the Leafs just for my best friend to be happy. But yeah, I'm hoping next year we play like Boston, because I feel like it's Toronto. I'm hoping next year we play like Boston first. Oh, we play Boston first, because it is Toronto year after year, Lobster. I like it because it's like traditionally, like probably recently, what's been the biggest rivalry for the Canadiens and Leafs respectively, each other playing. It works. But yeah, Montreal and Boston I think could work. I think the only thing is the NHL doesn't want potentially that high level of violence opening night for both teams. We got it a little bit with the Bertuzzi Matheson thing going on. We got that a little bit, but it's not like all game long like it probably would be with Montreal and Boston. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not like surprised about it, but if we meet in Montreal, it wouldn't be the same where we play there. It wouldn't be the same where we play there. Last time we lost the home opener against you guys in Montreal. Yoshi, was it in Montreal last year? I feel like that was in Toronto. Yeah. I know Matt Murray was started for us last season, but again, that last 7... Dude, yeah, the 17-second goal from Anderson, that was great as a Leafs fan, or as a Habs fan, but yeah, no, as a Leafs fan, especially knowing Josh Anderson is from the area, it must have stung very, very much. But then again, you guys ended up going to the first round, getting past the first round last year, so maybe you guys wanted to lose this year. Maybe you guys wanted to lose this game, but I don't know, we'll see. Darkness, Matt Murray versus Matt Murray. If Matt Murray could get off his ass and stop being injured, you know what? Yeah, that absolutely needs to happen. Matt Murray versus Matt Murray. Or sorry, Matt Murray versus Matthew Murray. But technically, if you go off Matt Murray when he was drafted, Matthew Murray versus Matthew Murray. So, like, I'm just saying. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, probably. For some reason, I thought it was in Toronto last year, Yoshi Bros. But yeah, Toronto, Montreal is always, like, there's always a different vibe when it's in Montreal. Like, firstly, it seems like we're always louder to start the game. Like, the Leafs, like, and I don't know what it was. If the Leafs, like, if the PA guy said, like, oh, please don't cheer during the introductions or whatever, but, like, there was, like, nothing. There was, like, a little bit of a woo for, like, Matthews and Tavares, but there just really wasn't nothing. There was nothing really there, unfortunately, when the Leafs were that just sucks. That just sucks. Yeah. I saw the 5 goals in Allen. The first goal was a perfect shot off the far post. Allen could have covered the angle a little bit better. Exactly, Randy. Yeah, like, I think, especially with the glove, like, the glove could have been a lot better. It's a great shot, but just Allen, I think, definitely could have had that. And I think, for me, it shows that the faith in Allen, that I think, yeah, he should have had that. He could have had that, for sure. Yeah, next 2 goals on the power play. Like, second one, again, is just a Matthews goal. The third one, hit or miss, could have had it, didn't. I think you can't really blame him on that one. Sucks Dvorak is out because I would have liked Monahan on that. Me too, Lobster. Suzuki, Caufield, and Monahan would have been great. And then you go Dvorak, third line center. Andy's probably on the third line. And then it's probably Ylonen. That becomes the healthy scratch, unfortunately, because Ylonen had a very good game on that fourth line. But it probably is Ylonen that becomes a healthy scratch. Galley moves down. Unless you, for some reason, scratch Pearson, move Ylonen to the left wing, maybe, or I don't know what to do there. But the lineup did very much work tonight. Trading someone out when Dvorak comes back. If it is Dvorak, maybe that moves on. Or if we just run with healthy scratches. Like, again, maybe Ylonen and Pearson, we'll see. Harry, I'm not so sure about the season if Samsonov plays like this. There's no way that we were doing this one. Well, Yoshi Bros, here's the thing. It's a game. It's one game. For me, I definitely think wait it out at least the first month and a half. I'd see around Thanksgiving. Around Thanksgiving, I think is that's usually what it is. Most teams that are in the playoffs by Thanksgiving make the playoffs. So, yeah, I think we'll see. I think Samsonov can definitely rebound, though. I really like Ilya Samsonov. When he was a free agent, I thought the Canadiens could have gone for him. I think that would have been a good fit. But played well in Toronto last year. Toronto's fourth goal was ugly, all in Allen. Which one was the fourth goal? Oh, yeah, that was the first Matthews goal. Yeah, a little bit ugly, definitely. Definitely. I'd say that was probably on him. The fifth goal, yeah, Allen made a move. I don't really blame him, but for me, I don't think a lot of other goaltenders would have made the move that he did. I think Allen making a move isn't necessarily the fault. I think it is the type of move that he went for. Kind of went for a sprawl instead of more of a attack the puck carrier type of thing. It just bad move. It's a 50-50 one on that one, but I again 50-50 on that one. He was okay last season, but I think that since he's not quite a starting goalie, I can't really say that it will last. Yoshi Bros, that's fair. That's fair. Then again, a lot of guys who weren't seen as starting goalies have developed into starting goalies. Dominik Hasek. I'm not saying Samsonov's going to be a Hasek, but for example, Dominik Hasek, he was 25 when he came into the league, and by 28, he was a starting goalie. So I do think Samsonov has what it takes to be a starting goaltender. I think it just might be a little bit longer. I think you give him a season or two, and I think he'll develop very well into that starting goaltender. Matt Murray is unfortunately injury prone. Leafs haven't had a goalie since Curtis Joseph. That is very true, Randy. Hey, to be fair, they did have Tuukka Rask at one point. God, yeah. I found Wall being a better goalie over Samsonov. I'm like, really, Lobster? That's interesting. Do you think that Montreal will assist Montreal? Do you think Montreal will assist Montreal? Do you think Montembeault is what he put? He didn't put Montreal. He did put Montreal, but just not in the spot where I said he did. Do you think that Montembeault will assist Montreal further? Yoshi Bros, it's hard to say because, again, Montembeault is 26, 27. It's hard to say if he will, because it's hard to assess goaltenders, goaltenders are the type of players that develop later by a decent bit. A forward's peak seems to be 24, 25. Defensemen around the same age, maybe 23 for a forward. Goalies seem to develop around 26 to 28 years old. So with Montembeault, we don't know if he's going to be a starter this year, if he can develop into that this year. I think he'll be a good fringe guy. I don't think he will assist them as much as being a good 1B type of guy. I see him being more of a Jake Allen when he was in St. Louis. Doesn't fit perfectly as a starter, but he can be a good stopgap over 10, 20 games if your starter's hurt, but a very solid 1B type of guy. Randy, Armia wasn't a healthy scratch. Like Lobster and Darkness said, he's in Laval. He cleared waivers. Yeah, true. Sorry. America Thanksgiving, November, I think, 23rd, something like that. I don't know American holidays when they are. But yeah, teams that are in by American Thanksgiving are usually in the playoffs. You guys have to fix Connor Bedard's game since he did score his first goal. Will there be a chance Montreal gets their first win of the season against them on Saturday? Yoshi, yes and no. Obviously hockey is a 50-50 sport. I think Montreal could get the first win because apparently Taylor Hall got hurt tonight. I saw a couple people in my Discord talking about that. Apparently Hall got hurt tonight. There's a chance, I think, that Montreal does... Sorry. I think there's a chance that Montreal does win. I think with the amount of depth we have, which is, I would argue, better than Chicago's. Of course, if you take Bedard out of the equation, it's a lot better. Goaltending-wise, I think we absolutely own the Blackhawks. It's what Mrazek and... Not Elmer Soderblom. He's in Detroit. The other Soderblom. Or it might be Elmer. Who's the fucking 6'9" guy in Detroit, and who's the goaltender in Chicago? Someone's gonna know that, probably. Someone's gonna know that. But yeah, goaltending-wise, I think we're better. Defense-wise, definitely better. Forward-wise, better. You add Bedard, I think it actually gets even. I fucking love Connor Bedard. He is going to be amazing. Arvid Soderblom, Darkness, thank you. So Elmer is the 6'9" forward in Detroit, or 6'8", somewhere on there. Elmer is the goalie in Detroit. Thank you. In Chicago. Thank you, Darkness. Very surprised they're not in the same team, though. You know what, Apple Pie? Yeah, if Montreal kind of struggles when we play Chicago, that does give it a little bit of a 50-50. But I could see... I could end up seeing us losing because of Bedard. But if we're playing an even, balanced lineup like we did tonight, maybe, say, change up, maybe Galley and Ylonen, or maybe just switch the third and fourth lines potentially, then yeah, I could definitely see us taking Chicago out. You just got to stay on Bedard if you can. I think that's all you really got to do. I'm thinking going to Laval Rocket games this year. Exactly, Randy. Much cheaper. You can see the prospects definitely. Like I think for me, like whenever Laval's on, and if the Canadiens don't play that game, I definitely want to watch Laval. I want this year to be a year where I can be like, hey, boom, Laval's playing. I can actually watch them, and I can talk about Laval next time I come up for the Canadiens game instead of, hey, Harry, did you see so-and-so did good? It's like, no, I don't watch Laval. Instead, it's like, yeah, no, I saw that game. That was pretty good. I can actually talk about Laval, hopefully, so we'll see, though. Allen has to stay closer to his crease and then go out to challenge the shooter that far. Oh, Randy, the fourth goal, yeah, that was only, he didn't get his foot against the post. Yeah, no, that one's definitely on Allen. That's definitely on Allen. For some reason, I forgot what that one was. But yeah, no, he definitely has to stay closer to the crease there. Definitely go out and challenge the shooter when the time comes. But yeah, that's just a poor goal on Allen. That one I definitely blame on him too, definitely. I think Primo's on the roster. By the way, I'm sorry for the hoarse voice, guys. I didn't think to grab water. I have Gatorade. So why not? We'll take a sip of Gatorade. We'll see if that helps the voice at all. Sorry, boys. Alright. Sorry, boys. I think Primo's on the roster for two reasons. To keep him off waivers and to give him a look to trade him. Randy, I don't even know if it's to give him a look to trade him because I actually did mark this down in my notes. But there was a team that inquired about Primo. That wanted to trade for Caden Primo. And we didn't want to trade him apparently. So I don't know if it's necessarily to give him a look to up the trade value, but I feel like if we could have, if we could have gotten like say a fourth for him, I don't think it would have been that, but say, I don't know how much you can up the value unless you really play him as like a backup and go until say January, running that 3-goalie tandem. You say January, there's 30, 40-ish games, giving them all 10 games, for example. Unless you're doing that, I don't see how you're upping Caden Primo's value all that much. But I do like keeping Primo on the roster. I want to give him a chance. I think Primo can still develop into a solid backup. And, I of course, as well, we also didn't put him on, like you said, to keep him off waivers, because it assumed that team that inquired about him would have probably claimed him. Exactly, Randy. Yeah, $3.4 million is skating in Laval right now. Good job, Joel Armia. You played your way down to Laval. You better fucking do good, my guy. LeBron Jordan, great name. Yeah, Toronto is better. I mean, it took until the shootout to beat the Canadiens. That's all I'm going to say. Montembeault reminds me a lot of Jake Allen, the guy who can be a starter if necessary, but thrives with internal competition. Exactly, Darkness. Exactly. And I think that's why Allen played, even though he allowed the 5 goals on 48 shots tonight. I definitely think that Jake Allen thrived tonight. He played very well tonight because of that competition, because he knows, hey, I don't play well. That Montembeault kid, or even Primo, if he ends up playing well, hopefully, those guys are going to take the job away from me. I need to play good. Montembeault, I think, both guys, I think if you have a healthy bit of competition between those three, if Primo ends up getting good starts, then yeah, I definitely think a healthy bit of competition, that's going to help your team elevate, and who knows, maybe the best case scenario, all 3 guys play well, and we're in the playoffs because of it. Who's to say? LeBron Jordan, keep crying, JK, my guy, W Stream. LeBron Jordan, thank you very much for the comments, my guy. Always humble, absolutely, my good sir, absolutely. I mean, Montreal struggled with Chicago, but they had Kane, so it's different now. Exactly, Lobster. Bob's your uncle. Great name. How's it going, my good sir? Thank you for coming by. I'm going to move the... Actually, no, I'm not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it here. I want to test the widgets. Is it... Okay, no, I can see it. Yeah, no, I can see it. So, Okay, I was worried that I might not be able to see if I get notifications, but I do. What is it? Okay, it's this all good, man. Yeah, okay, so I'm able to see the notifications because I don't have the earbuds in, so I can't hear it. But Bob's your uncle. How's it going, my good sir? Did anyone else feel that the power play in OT was too predictable? It was easy to defend because everybody knew they were trying to get the puck Caufield. 794. Hey, exactly. They need a defenseman with a heavy shot or Suzuki to shoot more. Hey, I think that's what they tried to do halfway through. They realized, okay, they're blocking Caufield too much. Suzuki takes shots. I thought he had a very solid one. That Giordano was screening. Samsonov just made the save. But definitely, it was a little bit predictable in overtime. To be fair, teams don't practice the 4-on-3 power play all that often. It's a very rare thing to see. So I definitely think it was understandable that they made it predictable. Go to Caufield, whatever. But definitely, I think they do need a defenseman, which, like Lobster and Apple Pie said, Mayo and Hudson are going to be there. I think Hudson, especially when you get to that situation in overtime, it's going to be very, very exciting to see how Hudson and Mayo both play in that overtime power play advantage. It's going to be exciting to see that, no doubt, in my opinion. But yeah, I definitely felt that it was a little bit too predictable. They were going to Caufield a lot. That, and I wish we had a Matheson or a Gooley on that 4-on-3. Exactly, Lobster. I think Matheson would have helped a lot. But then again, it's kind of like, who do you take off that power play between Doc, Monahan, Suzuki, and Caufield? Like, okay, maybe Monahan, but I think you want to give him a look because he had to suffer on the third line all night. But like Monahan, maybe win the face-off and then go for a line change, kind of like what... I think it's Dvorak does that typically when he's in overtime. He wins the face-off, or if he's on the face-off and wins it, immediately go for a line change, get Suzuki on. I think that's usually what it is. So could have done that, but I feel like it would have been weird just going back to 3-on-3 for like 10 seconds. But yeah, I saw the price for Habs Chicago games, $950 for 2 tickets compared to the Tampa game, a Tampa game, which is half the price. Not sure because Randy, I'd assume it's the home opener, and also they know it's going to be Bedard, so they probably jack those prices up again for the home opener and because of Bedard. I guarantee if it's Habs in Chicago in, say, November, like November 13th, for example, it's the tickets for 2 are probably like $600, $700. Still fucking ridiculous, but just slightly less ridiculous, you know? Apple Pie, yeah, exactly. Lane Hudson and Logan Mailloux, they're going to be beasts. All good here, Harry. Good to know Bob's your uncle. Good to have hockey back, absolutely. How's your summer? Very, very solid. Very solid, Bob. It was quite good. We actually ended up streaming a little bit, which I'm very happy I finally lived up to that promise. We got fiber optic, which meant, firstly, of course, streams in the summer and all year round. Secondly, new stream layout, which I'm sure you could tell if you have eyes, which, given that you were able to find your way out of the stream, I'm assuming you do. But yeah, it means a new... I mean, I don't know. There's people that probably click on the stream and just listen to it. That just listen to it. They probably don't even watch. They just listen, which... I love that. But yeah, if you have eyes, you probably could tell at least a little bit that the stream layout has changed. But yeah, summer was great. Very, very solid. Had my birthday, my 21st birthday. Celebrated that. Had some drinks over the summer. Got fatter. What else is new? But yeah, no, how was your summer, my guy? I hope you had a good summer too. Second line was sick. On the first line, Anderson was a bit off. I wonder if Harvey Pinard would not be a better match and put Anderson with Monahan, who was wasted with Gallagher and Pearson, I thought. Exactly. Second line was our best line. I said 2-1-4-3 for our lines tonight. And I mentioned it earlier. I think Harvey Pinard would be a great component to that first line. Anderson then goes on the third line. You probably move Galley to the fourth, maybe Pearson to the fourth line, Ylonen and try him on the left side, for example. And yeah, to anybody complaining that first line would then be too small, your second line has 3 big boys. Your third line has Josh Anderson. You have Mike Matheson, David Savard, and Arbor Jacki on the blue line, who are all big. And fuck, I get Jake Allen's big. He could probably go after a couple guys if he really wanted to. But you got big guys who can protect. Maybe not on that line, but they can protect. So I think if you have a small first line, so what? If it provides the offense and you have talent, I think it's fair. I feel like Gallagher was only on the center line the whole game, dumping the puck. Pretty much apple pie. Like, I think he was on either second or first power play unit, whichever one he was on. And all he was doing was just, boom, stand in front of the net. Stand in front of the net. stand in front of the net. You know? Yeah, just stand in front of the net, you know, wait for the tips, and they just didn't come to him. So, yeah. I thought the Habs played overall very well tonight. Definitely Bob's. I thought they could have easily given up the game after giving up the 3 straight. Kudos to them. Absolutely, Bob's your uncle. Absolutely. Tough loss in the shootout for sure. Definitely kudos. We went up 2-0, blew the lead, and then got it back, and then unfortunately blew it again. And yeah, just great game overall. Only 24 shots, I think, was 23-24. But when you only get 2 shots in the second period, you play great in the first third and the second half of overtime. I overall say that was a pretty good game. Again, if we played better in the second period, I think you could have said it's a damn good game. Probably would have won, I think, if we had actually showed up in the second period, which is funny because we wouldn't have gone to overtime without the goal that we got in the second period. So, yeah. But definitely,